I'm back. Yesterday, I was showing you some of the work that was done that was beginning to show that we were getting control over the items inside the drawing, but it wasn't perfect. All it showed that there was a kind of change happening to the drawing, the lines of the drawings as we swipe through. And that's a core function of the Novillo project. And now we're working on getting that working at the stage that we wanted to get, the state that we wanted to get that working at. So what you can see right now on the screen is the code that runs the update function, which I showed you yesterday, and it was sort of the upper quarter of the panel. Now it's the full height of the panel here, which tells you that a fair amount of code has been added to the update panel. What happened was I analyzed what I've been doing and realized that it was the color or the attributes of the lines were being set to different values as I went through. And so there was no way for the individual line getting the update message to figure out which of these values should I pay attention to. For a while I had multiple colors in there, and so there'll be green, there'll be blue, and there'll be red. And you could see the lines were frantically changing from green to blue to red at certain times, going fast enough that it just sort of blurred a little bit, but when you saw it live on the screen here, you knew that it was just fighting between these values. So now what's happened is that I've improved that, and there's a prioritization system that says that some instructions, some values have a high priority, some have a low priority. I think I mentioned this, and that's now sorted. That's part of the code that you see that's been added to update. But also, it should always pay attention to the most recent event that set an instruction for the value, and not for the one that is not for all of them, because the all of them thing was what was causing them to fight. So I'm gonna fire up the application again, as you've seen a million times. And once it gets started here, once this is started here, all very familiar. We'll just kind of get things up and running. You'll see that the images come up, get to our thing. And now when I'm gonna start swiping, you're gonna see that the two drawings in this composition, they're behaving differently. And one of them, the one called Man House, which you can probably see in the selection panel, which is composed of a man and a house, don't get the wrong idea, is the one that's changing its line weight. So this represents a real achievement of a core goal, which is to differentiate different elements on the screen and have one get one set of settings and the other one get another set of settings. Right now, the one that's not Man House, the one that's called something else, I can't remember, or DHC, for Diamond Heart Cog, is not getting any information at all. It just simply re-renders itself at every new click of the timeline exactly as it was. But the line weight of the house one, the Man House one, is changing as it's intended to, which is that it can retrieve individual values for, that the user has set in that little panel in the editing function, which I'm going to go over in a little while in another video, now that it's meaningful, and basically assign those values to each individual line in a changing form as time goes by. The feature that will come later is that their line drawing, the degree to which they are drawn on the screen, from 0% to 100%, will change also. So the effect can be of drawings drawing themselves onto the screen as the user progresses through the Novillo. So that's a little progress that maybe is a bit more meaningful, and it's beginning to give an indication of what the goals of Novillo are. This is good progress. Thanks a lot for watching. My name's Dan, creator of Novillo, graphic artist dude, and look for more in the coming days.